are you? I want to talk about vigilance. Vigilance is such a key factor as we're utilizing and learning about the universal laws. The reason why vigilance is important is because many of us, once we reach a certain level of so-called bliss in our lives, we start to think that life just keeps getting better and better and better. And according to the law of attraction, the better it gets, the better it gets. So states Esther Hicks, which is true. It does get better. As long as you maintain that vibrational frequency, it does get better and better and better. That does not mean that there are not outside circumstances and situations and events, negative outside circumstances, situations and events, and entities and people and things that are the opposite of who and what we are. We are the children of the light. Okay, we are light workers. So you got to also understand that we have, you know, there's a natural opposite to everything. So there is such thing as negative influence, negative entities. Okay, things that don't want us to succeed, things that don't want us to awaken to who and what we are. Now, I'm not going to get into details of what these things are. This is not what this video is about. But what I do want to talk about is being vigilant. Being vigilant not only from the outside things, but the biggest thing that can always bring us down or separate us or take us away from the awakening or our path is our own selfish desires, is our own ego. Okay? So this you got to be careful. You got to be careful, because a lot of times we're looking for that outside thing or circumstance that we're like, you know, oh, the enemy, the outside enemy. Oh, okay, this thing's going to attack us. When in reality, a lot of times it's our own selves. We allow the outside stimuli to affect us in such a manner that we destroy and we crumble our own selves, our own belief systems. Okay? So vigilance. We always have to be vigilant. Two types of vigilance that we need to look for. They're basically the same, but I'm saying two because I want to break them down. One, we want to be vigilant about who we surround ourselves with. We want to be vigilant about where do we put ourselves at. Like, are we going out to certain places that don't benefit us? Are we doing things that don't benefit us negatively? Okay, anything that's negatively affecting you and that takes you away from your path or from your joy. Okay, and I'm talking about like honest, real joy. I'm not talking about the kind of joy like, you know, I'm joyful because I'm drinking all the time, I'm joyful because I'm always on drugs. No, that's not authentic joy. You can be drunk, so to speak, biblically termed, as it states in the Bible, be drunk in the spirit. And so we're going to use that same mentality here, where we want to be drunk in our own divine self, our own divine love and bliss of who and what we are, the love and the joy of the path that we're walking and that we're experiencing as we're growing and becoming more and more of who and what we are. There is no need for any kind of external substance to make us feel the way the naturalness of it all feels. Okay, so vigilant from any circumstance, situation, or event that doesn't benefit us is what we want to be aware of. People, okay, friends, family, anything like that doesn't benefit us, that can take us away from our bliss, our joy, our gratitude. We must be ever so vigilant against those things. There are people that will try to take us away. There are people who will try to confuse us. There are people that would try to tell us that what we're doing is crazy, it's wrong, it's evil. We must be cautious of these people as we're walking, and be aware, because a lot of times just that little crack, you allow that little crack of negativity to seep through, and you can go from being super strong and positive, having a great experience in this world, and next thing you know, boom, you allow that negativity to enter into that crack, and you're being affected, you're doubting, you're questioning. Now you're in you're in that mentality, the victim mentality state. So you went from that knowing mentality, which is connected to source, okay, divine self, to the victim mentality, which is basically the physical. You're questioning, you're worrying, is this stuff really working? Because this situation, or that person said this, or somebody that I really love said this. So we have to be vigilant against that. The biggest vigilance that we need to be cautious of is, of course, the vigilance of our own selves. We have to be cautious that we continuously are supporting ourselves, that we're continuously backing ourselves up, making sure that we're talking to ourselves in a positive, loving manner, making sure that we are doing what we need to do mentally, physically, and spiritually to continue to feel that bliss that we have within us. The worst thing you want to do is have stagnant energy. Now, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while about stagnant energy and why it's such a big factor in making us falter or making things go wrong or making us be fearful. We're making a separate video on that. I want to go into as much detail as I can with that, because I've noticed that the more I've awakened, I've been able to sense this thing that I thought it was just a natural thing that everybody goes through, and it is, but there's more to it. And so I'll discuss that in another video. Look out for that. Again, subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more details of any sorts about the universal laws. But before I let you go, I just want to emphasize that we can be our biggest enemy and our greatest friend. So be vigilant about how you think. If you find yourself in a situation, let's say you have that nice car and you're about to get that car, or you start thinking, oh, you know what, I probably won't be able to get it, something's going to go wrong. Well, you got to be vigilant of your talk. You got to be vigilant of that negative thought. And so you got to right away flip that right away. Don't wait 5 minutes, just flip it right away. Be very cautious, jump on it, pounce on it, be very vigilant on that. If you're like with someone that you love and you say this is too good to be true, and maybe in your past you had terrible relationships and you're thinking, oh, this is gonna go south for the winter. No, you need to pounce on that negative thought, because if you keep letting it grow and feed, it will use your own natural abilities to expand and make that come into fruition, that reality into fruition. So we gotta be vigilant. Just because we got the kingdoms to the heaven, meaning just because you have in your life becomes better and better by the practical applications of this information, and just because you're living a better life and maybe you're getting more financial stability, better relationships, more friends and whatnot, just because that's a factor doesn't mean that you just live in bliss and that's it and nothing is gonna, you don't have to worry about anything. No, you have to be ever so vigilant. You always have to be on guard, again, from our own selves, okay, from the people we love and the outside circumstances and situations. We got to always make sure that we are aligning internally and externally with our desire, with our intent. As always, this is Ray. Love and peace.